Welcome back to the channel. It is so pretty here today outside. It's warm. Yeah, don't get me wrong, it's warm, but it's also there's kind of a breeze blowing. It's not so hot that it's like, wow, I'm sweating. And I thought this would be a good time to kind of take a walk down to the creek and see what it looks like. This time of year the creek is really low. It's not very high. So yeah, I don't expect to see a whole lot of water running through there, but that's okay. I'm still gonna come down here and check it out. So Halloween is coming up, and I was just kind of smiling because this is my aunt and uncle's driveway that I'm walking in. I usually have to go right up their driveway or right through their yard to get to the creek. I mean, I could go through the woods, but this is just easier, so I do this. And they decorate for Halloween because of their grandkids, and so it's fun. It's a lot of fun. They have like little ghosties. Maybe I'll get a close-up of one of the ghosties to show you, and like a little pumpkin decoration. I just think it's cute, and I can't believe that it's almost Halloween. I can't believe that is how fast this year is going. Wow. Isn't that so cute? I know the granddaughters, the girls will love that. That's really cute. And there's another one here. I think that's cute too. Very darling. Here's one of the ghosties. I just think that's kind of spooky, but it's really cute too. And I think as a kid, I would have thought that was a fun decoration. So I'm down here. I just kind of sit down for a second next to the water. You can see it back there. It's low, but I know you can hear it. You can probably hear it trickling. In the winter, it definitely will get up higher, and into the beginning of the summer, it'll be higher. I have seen it, believe it or not, times where it is literally flowing so high and so hard that it swells the banks, and it's just like chocolate milk, like really hard, fast-running chocolate milk, and it's just super dangerous to pretty much go anywhere near it. I've not seen it a lot like that in my lifetime, but it can get that way. So one thought that I had for this video was there was just something that I've been thinking about. See a bird up there. I was like, is it a Hulk? Something I've been thinking about, something that's on my mind that I wanted to share. It's pretty short, really, but I just feel like there's been a lot that's gone on in my life lately. Of course, there's been so much. There's been sickness. There's been, my grandma died. My other grandma's sick. And there's been life. There's been new life. Finding out that I'm carrying a little boy. I'm carrying a child. A baby. Wow. It's amazing. And I just wanted to share, pretty shortly share my thought and my experience. So I just feel like in life sometimes things happen, things that we plan for, things that we don't plan for, but I know that the most important thing is how we choose to react to that. And if we choose do we choose to react out of a place of fear, out of a place of anger, out of a place of like darkness, negativity? Do we choose to react out of a place of light, of love? And of course that comes from God. Do we react with God? And for me, this has been just a huge life change, and I feel like I can honestly say that God's presence has been so powerful, so strong. It's been with me, it's been around me, it's been in me, it's been behind me. God has been with me through all of this, and I have just really quickly come to realize that anything as humans, all of humanity, when we feel a lacking in our lives, it can be this little, it can be this big, it can be all encompassing. When we have a lacking mindset, when there's something that's lacking in our life, and we tell ourselves, well, I'll be happy when I get the job, when I make more money, when XYZ happens. Of course, that's conditional, and we all do that. We put conditions on our happiness. Well, it would just be better if so-and-so would act or say or do what I want them to do. It would just be better if I got married, if I had a home, if I had. And that's a lacking mentality. That's a lacking point of view. And so I know that this is something that we are all affected by, and it's a void. Essentially, it's a void in your life that you're trying to fill with something. You may fill it with going shopping. You may fill it with watching more TV because it's funny and it makes you feel better. You may fill it with, you know, you may just keep, ruminating on the same thought and telling yourself the same thing over and over and over. That may fill the void. There's plenty of things that can fill the void. They can only fill it temporarily. There's only one thing that will fill the void forever. And when you are without, when you have that lacking, then you want to fill it because it's painful. And maybe you realize you're doing that. Maybe you realize you're not doing it. Some of us know we're doing it. Some of us, it's a little bit more subconscious. But a really good example is, well, everybody around me is my age group or maybe younger than me. Everyone around me is already married. They already have a home. They've already moved on to that next step of their life, and I have not. That might be what your void is. And that was my void. Just to be 100% transparent and honest. Well, my sister got married. Well, what if I'm supposed to move on to the next stage of my life? What if I'm doing something? What if there's something that I'm doing that's keeping me from being able to move on to the next stage of my life? And that's that feeling stuck. That's really where the void starts for people. It's where the emptiness starts. And so you might think, well, if I just go on a date, or if I make more friends, or if I work harder, I'll pick up a second job to save more money so I can move out and barely make ends meet and rent a little place just to say I'm on my own. That void will not go away. The void that's in your heart, the void that's in your life is not going to go anywhere, because just like I said, as soon as you fill it with something, that's not going to be good enough. And the void will show back up. You will be empty again. That's how this humanity works. That is how it works. All of life, pretty much everything here on earth is inconsistent. It's inconsistent, and it's faulty, and it's wavering at best. People will change. People will let you down. People will do things that hurt you, and maybe they do it on purpose, and maybe they don't do it on purpose. A hurricane can come and take everything you've got, and that big pretty house that you have and probably deserve because you worked hard for it is gone. There's always something that's happening here to us as humans. I would have never imagined my grandma would get cancer and die because she was so strong. I just thought, well, old age will get her or something else. And it was a very quick death. It was a very sudden death. And unfortunately, there was some suffering involved. I would have never imagined at the same time that my other grandma would also get cancer and also be suffering. I would have never imagined that I would end up pregnant and unmarried. Because I thought, well, I know what I'm supposed to do, right? I know who I am, right? I know all of those things, right? Wrong. That's not how this works. That's not how humanity works. That's not how the human condition works. It's twists and it's turns. And I'm telling you right now, there's nothing that will stop that. And there's nothing that will take that away that's on this earth. Because that's what the earth is. It's just chaos and it's crazy. It's, there's wonderful, loving, good things too. But as long as this earth spins, there's going to be inconsistency. And there's going to be things that are unexpected. Things that are surprises. So, which brings me to, okay, Katie, you've told us about the void. Well, and I'm telling you too, I know what I'm talking about. I'm not the only one that's felt this. I'm not the only one that feels the void. Well, if this would happen, if that would happen, that struggle, that inner struggle in your life where you don't just wake up and say, I'm so happy to live life every day. There's something on the back burner. And maybe you don't talk about it. And maybe you don't want to talk about it. But I know it's there because we're all human. The only thing that can fill that void, and that will fill it, and it will fill it today, and it will be concreted over, and it will never be empty again. The only thing that can do that is God. Period. It's God. It's Jesus. It's what Jesus did on earth for us. His blood paying for our sins, for our debt. The only thing that can fill the void is God. And in the very short answer, the very simple way to put it, God fills the void because he's the exact opposite of me. He's the exact opposite of you. He's the exact opposite of the earth. God is eternal. He's omnipotent. He's everlasting. And he never, ever, ever changes. He's the same as he was in the beginning, as he is right now, as he will be. And so the only thing that's going to stop that hurt in your heart and in your life and that void is God. And I can honestly say, in a time in my life where it's very hard, and it's been very hard, and there's a lot of struggle, there's a lot of good things, but there's a lot of struggle. The only thing that's made me feel better is God. And I can honestly say that I have felt the most peace in my life that I have ever felt. I have never felt more peaceful than I do now. And the only reason that is because of God. Because of my personal unwillingness to yield, my personal problem with giving my life to God and letting him fill the void and knowing that the void would be filled forever. And I know that because I've been told that, because I've went to church, because my mind tells me, well, Jesus is the opposite of this, so he has to be the answer. Because this is not the answer, because I'm 27 years old and I've not found the answer on earth yet, because it's not here. That's why. Jesus is the only thing that can fill that void. And amongst the most turmoil, blessing, love, of course. Babies are blessings. Babies are love. And I am so excited. I cannot wait to get this baby here so I can kiss it and hug it and squish it. Can't wait. But amidst the hardest thing in my life, this is the most peace I have ever felt. And I'm honest and I'm earnest when I say that. And it's because I have yielded my life. And God will get your attention somehow. And he will force you to yield your life somehow. And he'll either do it, he's going to do it for you, but he'll do it at your expense if you don't come willingly. And that's not to scare you, and that's not a threat, but he needs you. He needs you, and he wants you, and he needs your heart, and he wants your heart, and he'll get it. However, he's got to get it. And then once he has it, you know what he'll do? He'll bless it. He'll turn around and dump out blessing after blessing and love you and be good to you. And so I feel like God has my heart now, and I'm listening, and I have, from the bottom of my heart, really yielded my life to him. And like I said, he'll make you yield it. But you can go willing, or you can go kicking and screaming. You just take your pick on however you want to go. But the point is, God loves us so much. And the Bible tells us his love passes all understanding, that we can't even begin to understand how much he loves us. And he wants you to be happy, and he wants you to have that void filled. And so if we fill the void with God, then it's filled, because God never changes, because God won't write mean things, because God won't say mean things, because God won't do mean things. That spirit of hurt and lacking and ugly and negativity comes from the devil. It don't come from God. It comes from the devil. So that's my message to you today. If you have a void in your life, you've got to get it filled, and the only thing you're going to get it filled with is Jesus. And what that looks like, well, Katie, how do you do that? Katie, that's hard. Katie, my situation is different. Katie, you don't understand. It's not different. Well, yeah, I mean, it's physically different than mine, but God's love will fill any void, period. And how you do that is one day at a time, one decision at a time. When you wake up in the morning, you say, I'm alive, ain't I? I'm still here, ain't I? I could have been dead. I could have died in my sleep. I could have some other problem. You fill the void with gratitude. Well, here I am. I'm grateful. And you start looking for the little things. Like this little mushroom over here I'm looking at. That's cute. That's sweet. That's a blessing. My health is a blessing. When people say nice things to me, when someone invites me to go eat, that's fun. That's exciting. That's a blessing. You fill your life with God when you choose to say, God, I'm so done with this pain. I'm so done with this hurt. I'm so done with this anxiety and trying it my way, and it's not worked. Please help me find peace. And you can come to him and not even know how to pray, and not even know to pray, and not even know what to say, because the Bible tells us in Romans that when we are so hurt and so broken and so upset that the Holy Spirit makes intercession for us when we can't even get our words out, our prayers out, because we're so broken. So, this is me today making this video saying if you've got a void, you need to get it filled. And you can get it filled. And you can get it filled right now. You can hit your knees and you can say, God, I'm a believer, but I've strayed. You can say, God, I'm a believer, but help me be better. Help me do better. That's my prayer. God, I believe, but help my unbelief. Help me do better. And I have to pray that about 100 times a day. I messed up again, God. I started worrying. I tried to take it away from you. I let the devil try to take my peace. I'm worrying about my future, what's going to happen to me. I did it again. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to let you worry about it because you've already blessed me, because you've already loved me. Look at what you've already done for me. You sent the only son you had and crucified him on a cross that I might live, and I might live more abundantly. So get that void filled. And if you get that void filled, then you can be happy forever. And you can be happy if the sun's shining at your door, and you can be happy if it's raining at your door. Your circumstances won't change your happiness. Your circumstances won't have anything to do with your happiness, because your happiness will not be coming from you. It will be coming from Christ. And I just know it to be true. And I know that's the only way to do this. And I know that's the only way to have true peace and true happiness. Peace in the best of times, peace in the worst of times, peace in the hardest of times. You can have it, but you have to be willing, and you have to want it, and you have to wake up and say, I'm so sick of this. I'm not going to do this for one more day. I want peace. That's what I want. I don't know what's going to happen to me. I don't know what's going to happen in my future. I don't know. But I want peace today, and I want it right now. And I'm going to have it right now by saying God is the only one that can work in the future, that can work in the past, that can work right now. He's the only one that can transcend time. I can't do that. I can't do anything in the past. I can't do anything in the future. All I have is right now. But if I let him do my work out there, he'll make a way for me before I ever get there. He's the only way to fill the void in your life. And giving it to him and saying, God, this is my situation. God, this is my trouble. This is my burden. This is what I'm afraid of. This is what I'm scared of. And if you honestly and earnestly give it to him, he can help you. And he can change your life. So I hope you enjoyed this video. It's just raw. It's me. It's probably rough. It's just what I'm experiencing in my life and what I'm feeling. And I just know there's somebody else out there, because I'm just not the only one that has that void in their life. And I don't know, your void may be created because you're in a situation like I'm in. Your void may be created by someone else. I don't know, but that doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what it is. And it don't matter if you made the void because of something you did. It don't matter. All you have to do is talk to God, ask for forgiveness, and move forward. And try your best. It's not about being perfect. I'm not perfect. I fail every second of every day. But I want that void filled, and I want it filled more than I want anything else, because I don't like being upset. I don't like being scared, and I don't like being in unrest. I want to have peace, and I want to be happy. And the only way I can do that is to choose something that won't change by day, and won't change by night, and won't change for anything. And that's Christ. That's God. So if you're a believer and you're having a hard time, you can pray, hey, help me. If you're not a believer and you don't know God, it's as simple as getting on your knees today wherever you're at and saying, God, Katie said the void would be filled if I would pray to you and I would ask you and I would seek you. And that's what I'm doing, because I don't know what else to do. It's okay, do that too. Be honest. You don't have to pray real elaborate stuff to God. You can't lie to him. He knows. He knows your heart. He knows your mind. He can read your thoughts. He knows. He knows before you know. And that's why he fills the void. Because he can, if you'll let him in, he'll not only fill this void, he'll fill a space of where the next one was going to be without him. And as always, thank you for watching our channel. Thank you for being here. Thank you for your love. Thank you for your support. And God bless you. God keep you. We'll catch you at the next one.